As of today, we are officially 1 week away from the Mysteries of Skull Rock update. And for the first time in several days, the Dreamlight Valley team has finally made another social post, sharing the cover art for the Mysteries of Skull Rock update. In today's video, we will briefly touch on this cover art before moving on to talk about this week's refresh, bringing a couple of interesting new items to the premium shop, as well as our Dreamsnap results and a brand new Dreamsnap challenge. So I hope you're ready because we have a few things to discuss. Before we get started, I'd like to mention that I'm a small full-time content creator, so every like on this video can make a tremendous difference for me. Consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you would like to catch more of my content, you can find me live on Twitch Monday through Friday. Links to both my Twitch channel and Discord server can be found in the video description down below. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Hey there gamers, and welcome back to the channel. As of today, we are officially 1 week away from the Mysteries of Skull Rock update, and I hope you're as excited as I am. Now, the developer update video that released on June 4th gave us a pretty good look into what we can expect within this next update, and we've made a few videos talking about that, but since then, their socials have been mostly quiet, with the exception of a couple of interesting announcements. On June 5th, Dreamlight Valley announced that they will be releasing a Switch 2 version for the game and told players to stay tuned for more information. Aside from that, their other posts were about last week's Dreamsnap challenge, as well as the community companion vote. Oh, and on the topic of the community companion vote, how do you guys feel about it? I've been having a lot of conversations with people over on Twitch and on Facebook about the idea of this flowery cottagecore dragon. And while I personally would have liked more of a witchy style dragon with like a little witch hat, I'm still pretty excited for the flower dragon. Oh, and before you say, we already have a witchy dragon. The scholarly dragon is not a witch or wizard dragon just because it has potion bottles on it. That makes it more of an alchemist. I know most people get that, but I've seen a couple that don't. But yeah, I do not accept the fact that the scholarly dragon is a witch dragon because it has 2 potion vials. I mean, it's got a graduation cap, and you know what? That's a whole different can of worms. I will compromise and at least say it is a magically themed dragon. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this up-and-coming community vote companion. I hope they do more of these in the future. Now, with all of that covered, the big news today is that we finally got our cover art for Mysteries of Skull Rock. In a post made today, Dreamlight Valley stated, "Second star to the right and straight on till our next free update, launching next week on June 18th. Become a Lost Boy, play with magical mermaid cosmetics, and kindle friendships old and new, all in Mysteries of Skull Rock." Now, like I said in the intro, we're only going to briefly discuss this image because there really isn't too much to talk about here, as a lot of this was already covered. We know the Forgotten and Peter Pan are the big focuses for this update. We know we're getting the pirate monkey and the STARPATH. Now, for that avatar dress, I don't think we've actually seen that. Maybe it was in the dev update video and I just forgot, but that dress is quite beautiful, and I'm guessing that's going to be from the STARPATH. But yeah, loving the look of this dress. In the back, we can see Pirate Goofy right in front of Skull Rock with a little turtle, and then on the right, we see Peter Pan's treehouse, a little Lost Boys sign, and back behind that, it looks like a little fort. Now, I'm going to be real with you, I haven't seen Peter Pan since I was like a really little kid, so I can't really remember exactly what went down in the movie. Maybe you guys can tell me what this little fort is. Did the Lost Boys have their own little wood fortress? Like, what is this little thing? Let me know in the comments, I'm super curious. Aside from that, the only other thing I notice in the cover art for this update is a little treasure stash on the bottom right hand side, which of course hints to the pirate items we'll be receiving in the STARPATH. Oh, and also that little hopscotch path on the sand. I think that's what that's called, right? That little game, hopscotch? Not really a lot of new insight we're going to get from this photo, but I would say the cover art is looking good. And now with that out of the way, let's dive into this week's refresh. So there's not a whole lot to cover today as we only got 2 new sets. We have the Ladybug Backpack and the Leafy Camping Pack and Hat. Aside from that, Magic Kingdom Circus Daisy is back and the adorable ensemble has also returned. Now, one thing I found very interesting was this Encore collection. Was this here last week, or am I just crazy? I feel like it wasn't, but maybe we're gonna start seeing these at the end of an update, and maybe the devs are just gonna highlight some of the most popular items from the premium shop that came within this cycle. So yeah, really cool that we have this Encore collection, and I hope this happens at the end of every update. Now, as far as the new items go, I am in love with this Ladybug backpack. It's priced out at 1,500 moonstones, and I honestly think it's well worth it, as this is the only backpack in the game that functions as a glider. Everything else up until this point has just been wings, so it's a super fun backpack. I've been flying around my valley with it like all day, and yeah, I just love this. There is another backpack in the game that I could see working the same way. It's the Buzz Lightyear jetpack backpack that we got a long time ago. I don't think they would update it, but it would be really cool if that one also worked as a glider. I mean, it is a little jetpack, so could be really fun. Just something to consider. I know we do have the Buzz Lightyear cardboard cutout wings, but seeing as how this Ladybug backpack functions as a glider, the backpack version of Buzz's jetpack would be super fun to have as a glider as well. So yeah, with how unique this backpack is, and with the price only being 1,500 moonstones, I think it's a good purchase. However, the next update is looking to be pretty moonstone intensive. I mean, the max signature bundle is more expensive than anything we've ever seen come to the premium shop, at a cost of 4,500 moonstones. There was also the reveal of the river kit, coming in at 3,750. Just those two items, you're looking at nearly 10,000 moonstones. So even though this backpack is really fun and it is really unique, I don't blame you if you just want to hold on to your moonstones for now, because we know there's some really good stuff coming into the game, and it might be wise to save your moonstones if you are on a bit of a moonstone budget. That said, if you're feeling pretty good with your moonstones, our next bundle here, the Leafy Camping Pack and Hat, is only 1,200 moonstones, and I really like the camping pack on this. Love the look and the vibe. I can see this working really well in certain Dreamsnap challenges. Not to mention, the Leafy Camping Hat is also quite nice, and we don't have quite any kind of hat like this, so it is super unique. I could see it going really, really well with like the Leafy skirt or some of the Leafy dresses. So yeah, pretty cool. But again, if you want to pass on it, I feel ya. There's some really good stuff coming in the game. With a new update on the horizon, might be a good time to save your moonstones rather than spend them. So with that, we've covered the premium shop and the recent posts from Dreamlight Valley's social team. So you know what time it is now. It's time for Dream Snaps. Today, we're going to be checking my results for the Limitless Landscape Challenge, and I must say, this was one of my favorite challenges. We've never really had a Dream Snaps theme quite like this, and I was honestly so in love with what I created, so I was really hopeful that it would be well received. With that, let's check my results, and then I'll share my Dream Snap submission with you. All right, and here it is. This week, we got an 88.04, and we ranked 348, so very happy to see this Dream Snap in the top 500, as I would have to say it's one of my top 5 favorite submissions I've ever done. I just love the colors and the scenery. I had a lot of fun building it. I hope we get more landscape challenges in the future, and with that, let's take a look at my submission. All right, and here it is. This is what I put together for Limitless Landscapes. Not gonna lie, this one took me a good bit of time to put together, but the biggest weight, or the biggest time sink for me, was actually deciding where to make my snap. I wanted to choose a location somewhere in the game that had a really good natural backdrop that worked well with a landscape challenge. And I was pretty torn because Eternity Isle has good places, Storybook Vale has good places, the Valley has good places, but with Storybook Vale Part 2 coming out in the near future, I just really wanted to highlight the Beanstalk Marshes and Maleficent's Castle. I think it's one of the coolest looking spots in the game, and it was really fun building around the castle in the back. So yeah, I had a great time with this one. I really love all the magical flora and the rainbow fox, the big trail of flower petals. Not only did I submit this as my Dream Snap, but I actually recorded the scene for like a good 20 minutes just thinking about using it as a screensaver or a background on something. That's just how much I loved it. So if you came across this and you liked it enough to vote for it and you really enjoyed the submission, thank you so much. I'm really happy this one did well. Like I said, it's one of my favorite submissions, and I think it will be for a very long time. Now, let's move on to this week's brand new Dreamsnap challenge. Alright, so we have another culinary challenge. We haven't really seen a culinary challenge since Cooking with Friends, which was a really long time ago, and I had a blast with this one. I remember it got rank 15, and I really wanted to do something pretty for it because a lot of you might not know this, but before I was a full-time content creator, I was actually a full-time chef. So yeah, culinary challenges are always going to be near and dear to me. Though that one was an outfit challenge, and this one is a decor challenge, so pretty big difference there. This challenge is called Grand Banquet Extravaganza. It states your culinary talents are legendary, and now it's time to put them on display. From lavish tables to mouth-watering dishes, let your creativity shine and impress your guest with a dining experience they'll never forget. Mandatory tags are lavish and strong. Bonus tags are tables and elegant. So yeah, pretty excited for this one. I've had a lot of people asking me, should I do this indoors? Should I do this outdoors? And honestly, I think either one of those options are totally fine for this challenge. Though for me at least, I'm probably gonna do an outdoor banquet because the description states, let your creativity shine and impress your guests. And I can only bring one villager indoors. But that's because all of my quests are done. If you're in the early game or mid game and you have a lot of pending quests, you can actually bring several villagers indoors if they do have pending quests. But for me at least, without any pending quests, I just can't really have a lot of guests inside, so I'm gonna be doing an outdoor banquet. But like I said, either one is fine, so do whatever you're most comfortable with. With that, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this new challenge. How do you feel about culinary challenges? I think there's a lot of really fun food items in the game, and it's always nice to get an opportunity to highlight them, but food items don't have any tag value, which is interesting that none of them can be high value since they're really what this challenge is about. I guess there's gonna be more of a focus on the tables. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited for this. I hope you are as well. I think I'll enjoy this a good bit more than Master of Disguise, but I am excited to see how I did on that submission on update day next week. With that, we've covered all the big news for this week. Like I said, not a whole lot going on. News-wise, last week was definitely the bigger week because that's when we got the developer update video. This week, it's been a bit more of a waiting game, and yeah, only 2 new things in the premium shop this week, but they are pretty fun. Oh, and I know I talked to you guys about streaming on YouTube, and I told you I would let you know when I was planning on doing that. I'm thinking about doing a Saturday stream the weekend after the update drops, which would be June 21st, and I'm leaning towards doing 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I figured Saturday would be a good debut stream because I don't want a lot of you guys to miss my first YouTube stream if you are at work. I know not everybody's off on Saturdays, but hopefully some of you guys are. But yeah, let me know how you feel about that. I could always shift things around if need be. It's not set in stone yet, but I will make an official announcement about my first YouTube stream whenever I finally decide to lock in a date and time. If you found today's video helpful, informative, or simply entertaining, please do me a very big favor and press that like button. Also consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you'd like to catch more of my content, you can find me live on Twitch Monday through Friday. Links to both my Twitch channel and Discord server can be found in the video description down below. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you enjoy the Mysteries of Skull Rock update.